Oh, hello everyone, and good evening. Welcome to another edition of a Manic Tea Party. With me tonight is Deadly Dan, and I, of course, am your host, Manic Exorcism.
Welcome.
As we promised, we watched Zombie 3, and we are continuing on with our Zombie-thon, for whatever reason.
We saw Zombie 2. Excellent film.
And we're in a zombie mood. We're in a zombie
Tons of compliments about that movie. That was amazing. Music, acting, everything that you could possibly think of.
Everything about Zombie
film
is good.
Excellent.
Now,
Zombie 3.
And before we get into that, let's talk about the series just one more time. The series started off with Dawn of the Dead, George Romero's immortal classic, Dawn of the Dead, which was a follow-up of Night of the Living Dead. So, a very good follow-up. And then, of course, you have Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, and the pieces of crap to follow, Diary, Survival, and all that bullshit. They sucked. I think Dawn of the Dead was the best one. Of course, I still love Night of the Living Dead. In Italy, Dawn of the Dead was simply called Zombie. Now, if you didn't see the review of last week, too bad, you know. If you didn't watch the review. Go watch the review. But if you didn't see it, that's okay. I love you anyway. So we're giving you a little filler. If you did see the review last week, tough shit. You're sitting through this one more time. If I gotta fucking do it, so do you. So, in Italy, this little magical film, Dawn of the Dead, was called Zombie. Alright, so an Italian director who's actually, did you know that he's actually known as one of the godfathers of gore?
No, I did not.
Well,
it doesn't surprise me.
No.
Because, zombies are just full of blood and guts. So
well, he's had a lot of, did you know that the director, and maybe we can get around to watching these movies, did you know the director had a lot more zombie movies? Well, not a lot more, but he had at least 2 more.
I really did not know that.
I believe one of them is City of the Living Dead. Now, somebody could criticize me because I get the titles confused. They're just, these movies, that's the problem with the series, because just the zombie series alone has so many alternate titles. But his movies in general have alternate titles. That's the problem.
You could be watching the same film and you'd
under a different title, exactly. And that's what brings me to this point right now. What I mentioned last week, Zombie was Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead was under the title Zombie. I'm trying to make that clear. In Italy. So, Fulci comes around and makes an unofficial sequel to Dawn of the Dead called Zombie 2. As Deadly Dan was saying, excellent film. Yeah. You have anything else you want to say?
No, really. I think we jammed-packed last week's full of good compliments of that film.
I love this movie. This is my favorite zombie movie. Not just in the zombie series, but the Undead series, The Living Dead. Yeah. Excellent movie.
Very good.
I mean, just a few recaps. The music was excellent. And the reason why we're doing this is because we're going to compare Zombie 2 with the atrocity of what we watched tonight. Right. If you fucking thought last week's was a little ho-hum because Manic didn't go Manic on the movie, guess fucking what? You're going to see a little Manic.
Right.
Dan, we watched in one evening Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the fucking Clones, and then this.
The best voice dialogue ever, and then we go to...
I'm pissed.
Well, we got from bad to worse.
Went from bad to worse. Now, hold on, everyone, my little minions. People like Zombie 3. People do love it, and the reason why we went through Zombie 1 and 2 is to get to Zombie 3. It's actually considered a classic. People do like it, so I'm not going to bash it too badly.
Well, it kind of has like a Chuck Norris kind of feel where it's so over the top exaggerated.
It's a Chuck Norris zombie film. It really is. We will get into it. We will get into it. Now, did you know we're going through Zombie 1, Zombie 2, now Zombie 3. Did you know there's Zombie 4? Oh, it's bad. If you thought this was bad, if you thought Zombie 3 was bad, there's nothing to complain about if you see Zombie 4. And, guess what, boys and girls? There's Zombie 5, Zombie 6, and oh my god, Zombie 7. Although, and this is the funniest thing, Zombie 7 is an unofficial sequel to Anthropophagus, excuse me.
It feels like a Halloween kind of thing where it's well, we're just going to keep making it.
Or Saw.
More and more. Well, yeah, so
but wait a minute.
The first one.
You're partially right. Saw and Halloween actually follow, except for Halloween 3, but Saw and Halloween for the most part followed the same theory. Zombie movies have nothing in common with one another except the title. They make a zombie movie and they put a number at the end of it. Anthropophagus has a sequel, an unofficial sequel, called Absurd, and Absurd is actually called Zombie 7. So you see what I mean? When you're talking about these movies, it gets really confusing. So
if I go possible, if you're trying to be a collector and you're trying to get the whole series, look, regardless of whether you like it or not, you still would like to have the collection.
Well, it's like me. Look at this, people. I've got the trilogy, if you will, of the zombie movies. Dawn of the Dead doesn't say zombie, but Dawn of the Dead, Zombie 2, and Zombie fucking 3. Now, they actually did release Zombie 2 under the alternate title of just Zombie. Exact same fucking movie. So if you had Zombie 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you look like a dumbass because you didn't pick up Zombie 1. But if you're really an insane collector,
and you have to have,
you're a completist, you gotta have it. You can get Zombie 1 and Zombie 2 even though they are the exact same motherfucking movie. I'm not that manic, people. I've got the collection. And, like I said, these zombie sequels don't follow one another. The ending of Zombie 2 is classic. I love it. The zombies are invading the Big Apple. They're walking across the bridge.
It doesn't seem like there's any hope.
No hope. And then you
nothing
see...
you can do to escape your fate.
Exactly. And then you come to Zombie 3. It doesn't follow at all. Not in 1 ounce does it follow Zombie 2. But that's enough history lesson for everybody. Let's talk about Zombie 3.
Well,
where to begin?
Well, you have to start at the beginning.
That's usually the best place to start. We're professionals. Wait! Since we're so professionals, tonight's tea, we gotta always plug them. Because they love it. Tonight's tea is a beautiful and wonderful little blend called Paris from Tranquility Tea Store in Plymouth, Michigan. I hope they're watching. Alright, now let's talk about this wonderful, wonderful movie. You can't have a manic tea party without zombies. Now, we've had a lot of corpses in the show so far. Necromantic, corpse fucking, zombie, corpses rising from the dead.
We have a fetish for corpse. We can't get away from them. We love them so much that we...
I like dead things. Alice Cooper said, "I love the dead," his song. So, moving right along. Alright, it's odd. Because a manic has a problem with not being able to shut up people, so Deadly Dan's very patient. I'm long-winded, that's all. But motherfucker, I mean, okay, the way I
see it... It's very easy to rant about this.
It's so easy, we should make a commentary about it. God.
Well, it seemed like the whole time you're watching it, it's just endless, banter and yelling at the movie, and it's like...
That's actually how we watch movies.
Well... The ones that are bad.
The bad ones. I mean, we share the good ones. Okay, here, let's put it this way. Everything, and if you didn't watch last week's review about Zombie 2, what the fuck's your problem? Get over there and fucking watch it! Everything we said that we liked about Zombie 2, we can say we did not like about Zombie 3. Music.
Yeah.
Oh.
Music was pretty bad in this one.
Music was horrible in this one. Acting was pretty cheesy. I don't know, some people could say that it's a good 80s cheese, but... I don't know. I didn't like any of the characters.
Well, unfortunately, Manic.
Are we out of
time?
We're running out of time already. Well, so listen, everybody, we're having to do this in 2 or 3 parts, okay? So stay tuned. We're coming back, and we're going to give you our thoughts on Zombie 3.